Hello again, friends. This is Paul Fotheringham of your Holladay City Council and candidate for Mayor of Holladay. Today, I would like to share with you some information I put together for last week's City Council meeting about property taxes in Holladay relative to property taxes charged in our neighboring municipalities in Salt Lake County. Also, the information includes the impact of a proposed revenue bond to fund the needed seismic upgrade of City Hall and the build out of a new city park at Spring Lane Elementary. Now, I apologize in advance that this video will get into the weeds a bit. Also, I'm not a professional video producer, so please bear with my amateur video production capabilities. I'm not a tech bro. Okay, so here's a chart displaying property taxes charged by each municipality in Salt Lake County. It includes only the amounts charged by each municipality. It excludes property taxes charged by the county, by school districts, by third party water and sewer districts. It only includes taxes assessed by each municipality or by a special service district for police and fire services. So now the chart assumes a $1 million assessed value residential property, which of course may be on the high side for many residents of Holladay, but it makes the relative math a little easier to display. On the far left, you can see Holladay, and progressively to the right, you can see our neighbor communities' assessments for municipal services, whether via general fund assessment, as displayed in blue, or via special service district assessment for police and fire, as shown in red. Now, the county average on a $1 million assessed value property is about $1,150. Holladay's assessment of $733 is about one-third less than the average amount assessed by the rest of the county. Now, clearly, you can see that there are a few municipalities that are less than Holladay, but many of the rest are significantly higher, even double the rate of Holladay. In other words, Holladay remains a steal of a deal in terms of property taxes. And our current council, and I expect our next council, with me as your mayor, will keep it that way. Now let's talk about that little yellow segment on top of the Holladay bar chart. What that is represents the impact of a $10 million 20-year bond payment and the likely burden it would place on Holladay property taxes. Now, there are other burdens on property taxes too, such as inflation, but that yellow slice represents only the burden from a proposed $10 million revenue bond for a seismic upgrade of City Hall and construction of a city park at the former Spring Lane Elementary. Now, the basics are that a $10 million 20-year bond at 4.5% interest would require an annual bond payment of about $785,000. Now, that $785,000 annual payment is a bit over 9% of the current annual Holladay municipal property tax revenue base, which on a $1 million assessed value home equates to about $68 a year of increase. That's about a nice dinner for two at Taqueria 27. For a $500,000 assessed value home, that's about $34 a year in increased property tax, or lunch for two at Tony Burgers once a year. Of course, you're splitting the strawberry shake at that amount. So, pretty slim burden for setting up Holladay for the next 30 years with a safe and functional city hall and 12 acres of beautiful new city park space, while remaining a steal of a deal in terms of municipal property taxes relative to the county average. Now, I know this was deep into the weeds, but I hope you'll find the information helpful and giving proper context to the burden of a new city hall, seismic upgrade, and a city park. I'm Paul Fotheringham of your City Council and candidate for Mayor of Holladay. Please reach out to me at paul@fotheringhamformayor.com, and please review my website at fotheringhamformayor.com. Please like and share this message. Cheers, friends.